Hello everyone, this is Tuesday, November 4th, 2009. I'm Roxanne Grinage. I apologize for the darkness of this video. I'm by no means a videographer. This is a quick capture video to give a second DMCA copyright violation cease and desist order, just to document. I talk a lot about using the internet technologies to document rights of ownership. I'm Roxanne Grinage. I am founder and 9-year demonstrator of a standard access mechanism that has demonstrated for the past 9 years that quality of life is raised when a standardly presenting portal population can present of original creative work products or present with original creative work products, and raising our outlook to recognize that a person's workday contribution is in fact an original creative work product tempered with their own special unique characteristics, demeanors of work ethic, synergy, and intent. And since April, we have been documenting, turning our data over to the current White House Executive Office's administration. We've turned our data over since the invention in 2001 to the Bush administration as well. So we constantly report our schematics being standard access. How can you make administrative services available on a contingent basis that when rights of ownership are documented, they're protected because it enables fair entry, holistic entry into fair and competitive, rigorous processes that enable industries to purchase a work product of work product contributors, and litigation being an industry also can see a population of claimants that before were not seen, not measured, and not accommodated by these industries. So anyway, I've been demonstrating and suggesting as an administrative solutions tool for two-way accountability. First is just started out for two-way accountability to determine whether or not the very progressive stimulus funding through the Recovery Act for the U.S. economy, how it would be siphoned, or how would we leverage accountability, two-way accountability, for which employees and which Recovery.gov agencies might have misadministrated or blocked the stimulus money from getting to the populations it was meant to help: students, middle class, working poor, and so on, small business owners, people in need of health care and stuff. So we began documenting measurability of work ethic, synergy, and intent for having impact on revenues and thereby quality of life. In so doing, we recognize a systematic depletion by a mechanized industry, CPS, right, and corrupt family courts as being responsible for removing from viable industries the work product contributions of children who eventually grow up to be adults, and when they're damaged or they never get to grow up, our economy is recognizing and feeling the detriment of their missing work product contributions. Instead of reaching science and technology and engineering and so on. They're being siphoned into sex industry, pedophilia, and so on. So we came up with Higher Lyrics as a portal constituency, standardly accessed, and we have learning in our portal. So we said the administrative challenge is, how do we get these victims of corrupt CPS and corrupt family courts to grow up and become educated and stay healthy and bring their work product contributions to market that all of us as Americans would benefit from, having them in our military, science, medicine, space travel, engineering and technology, entertainment, education, and litigation. How can we do that? So our suggestion is, and what we're demonstrating, is to have a citizens control, U.S. citizens control public docket database, not for the purpose of leveraging any judgment, any opinion, but for simply documenting the citizens' input, the citizens control it, incident reports, and for the purpose of when it's necessary to leverage accountability on any Recovery.gov agency, any manager, any employer, private sector, or any recipient of federal funding or state funding, you can see the evolution of the incidents. You can see the previous denials. You can see the impending threat, neighbor disputes. You can see the evolution of crime. You could see it all. And you being the public, right, can see everything. And the two-way accountability comes in if this prototype demonstration, a prototype is a working scale model, is implemented by those who would be in authority. In this case, it's our current presidential administration. So we're not telling people what to do as much as we are demonstrating our solution to it, okay? Our solution for the market entering challenge. So one administrative challenge that we have is DMCA copyright violations. When it's important, which it is for all of us, to be able to function unhindered without defamation of character and without people slandering our name and saying things about us that are not true, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, DMCA, allows us to give cease and desist orders to the hosting service or the email service or the ISP provider of the person that is infringing upon our DMCA copyrights, and our name are our words of art. Okay, it is literally against the law. Now with the internet technologies, it was always against the constitutional law to slander someone or to write their name and say things that are not true. That's liable, that you can't prove. But the Digital Millennium Copyright Act allows us to give 3 orders of cease and desist. And this is my second order of cease and desist. The other one was given by email yesterday to Ms. Josie Perez of modelfamily.org, who I don't understand why she's telling things that are not false. She's distributing emails and using my name and saying things that are completely untrue, completely in conflict with what I'm posting at my version of the public database, where I do all my incident reporting and upload the documents and the work that I'm actually doing freely and share it freely. www.higherlyrics.org. If you want to see anything about me, my policies, or anything that I'm doing, you can go to www.higherlyrics.org and you will get my rendition of my truth. Okay, what I'm really doing. And I have to honestly say, I don't know why Miss Josie Perez of modelfamily.org, I only had one conversation with her. She seemed to be an okay person, but I respect what she's trying to do. But no matter how self-righteous we feel about what we're trying to do with CPS corruption or whatever change we're trying to bring in community development, and now with the internet technologies, the community is global. Whatever change our methods are, we don't have a right to defame anyone else who may have a different method. You know, I'm focused on building a definitive docket that will supersede the piecemeal subjective dockets that's publicly viewable and publicly controlled. You know, it will supersede the piecemeal subjective dockets of all courts, you know, and it will leverage accountability. It will allow us to see, this is where you dropped the ball, this is where you censored my evidence, this is where you ignored what I already reported to you 3 years ago. This was going to happen, okay? So this is my way, using the internet technology, to publicly post the second cease and desist order to Josie Perez of modelfamily.org to stop talking about things that are not true. I had nothing to do with whatever class actions they were doing at modelfamily.org. I do not charge for being involved in a class action. I am not involved in doing any class actions. I am preparing document production that is federal court compliant to the rules of that particular federal court. Have done 3 so far, right? And one appeal to Superior Court, 4, right? And all of them are based in official corruption, fraud, and civil rights violations. And I prepare the documents, and the person files them pro se. My fee that I would like to charge for the document production is $350. I have yet to been paid that yet. Okay, I have not received money for my document production, and I did do one at a fraction of the cost, right, to help someone who, and this is quality of life impacting. And when you're talking about the destruction and slaughter of children and kidnap for profit, it's an emergency, and we do what we can, all right? But one thing we should not do is berate and fight and hate on someone and tell lies about someone that simply are not true, that